Hello students. In our earlier lecture, we covered about the ionic bonding. Ionic bonding. Okay. As part of the chemical bonding part in this chapter 5, we saw that electrons are transferred. Okay, they are transferred. It is a complete transfer. Okay, complete transfer of an electron from one atom to that of another atom, resulting in the formation of two charged ions, okay, oppositely charged ions, a cation and an anion, which will attract each other by electrostatic attraction, okay, resulting in the formation of ionic compound by formation of ionic bond. Today we will be looking at another type of chemical bonding, which is known as the covalent bond. We will look into the structure of some of these covalent molecules, as well as we will look into the properties of these covalent compounds. So, what is a covalent bond? A covalent bond is formed between two combining atoms, usually non-metals, okay, by mutual sharing. Okay, it is by sharing of one or more pair of electrons. So in ionic bonding we saw that there is a transfer of electrons, but here what we are seeing, there is a sharing of electrons. Okay. So other thing we saw that in ionic bonding there is the one of them is a metal, one of them is a non-metal, right? Sodium chloride, sodium is a metal, chloride, chlorine is a non-metal. But in the case of covalent bond, what we are seeing, it is between two non-metal atoms, okay? And what is happening here, there is a sharing of one or more pair of electrons. Of course, the compounds that are formed by this kind of covalent bond are called covalent compounds. Now these covalent compounds, these covalent bonds are of three types. Based upon the number of covalent bonds that an individual atom can form, they can be the single covalent bond, double covalent bond, or triple covalent bond. And based upon how this sharing of electrons is taking place. Because when it is a question of sharing, it can be equal sharing or it can be unequal sharing. So if there is an equal sharing of electrons between the atoms, okay, both of them are sharing or distributing the electrons equally among themselves, then it results in the formation of a non-polar covalent bond. Okay, for example, hydrogen, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen. Okay, both the atoms are the same, hydrogen atom will be same, okay, and chlorine, both of them, so they are sharing the electrons among themselves, okay, equally. Then it results in the formation of non-polar covalent bond. Polar covalent bond is formed when there is a unequal sharing, okay, unequal sharing of electrons between the atoms. For example, hydrogen chloride, okay, hydrogen and chloride. So hydrogen chloride, both of these atoms are different, okay. For example, here what is going to happen, the chlorine is going to pull this electron more towards itself, okay. So the electrons are shared, but they are shared more towards the chlorine. Therefore, what is going to happen? There is going to be the formation of a fractional charge. A little bit charge will develop. It is not a non-polar. It will be polar. Same thing is with water, ammonia, carbon tetrachloride, methane. Okay, we will see all of these in detail. Okay, so basically what we are looking at, that covalent bond, it involves the sharing of electrons. Okay, other thing is there are the two types in which you can classify the covalent bonds. One is single, double, or triple covalent bonds based upon how many covalent bonds are formed, and then based upon the distribution of electrons, how they are shared. If they are shared equally, non-polar. If they are shared unequally, then it is a polar covalent. Okay. So let us look first in detail about the sharing of the the covalent bond types based upon the number of covalent bonds. So that can be the single covalent bond. Okay. The examples will be chlorine. Okay. Chlorine Cl2. Okay. So how is it represented? It is represented in this way. There are the two chlorine atoms and we are showing a single short line in between them. This is the indication that there is a covalent bond. Okay. Same thing, suppose we are putting hydrogen chloride. Okay, hydrogen chloride, HCl. Okay, hydrogen chloride. So this is going to indicate there is one bond, one covalent bond between the two atoms. Okay, let us see some more examples. Ammonia, formula NH3. Okay, so there is a nitrogen and it is forming a covalent bond with the three hydrogen atoms. Okay, so we are showing that with the three covalent bonds. Okay, so all of, though it is forming three covalent bonds, they are forming three covalent bonds with three different hydrogen atoms, right? So it is all single covalent bond here also. Methane, formula CH4. Okay, so there is carbon and it is forming four covalent bonds with four hydrogen atoms. Okay, methane. Another very famous example, water. Okay, water H2O. So oxygen in the center and it is forming bond with two hydrogen atoms. Okay, similarly carbon tetrachloride. What is the formula? CCl4. Okay, this is carbon by four chlorine atoms. So put carbon in the center and we will show the single bonding with the three chlorine atoms. So these are all few examples of a single covalent bond. What about the double covalent bond? Okay, example is ethene. Okay, formula C2H4. Okay, so there are the two carbon atoms. Okay, and there are the four hydrogens. You know that in carbon there will be the, it can form four bonds. Okay, but how many hydrogens are there? There are four. So 1 2 3 4 hydrogen bonds. So what about these two bonds? So what is going to happen is basically it is going to share and form two bonds here. Okay, so you won't have these two bonds here. It is not forming with any other. It is a sharing two pair of electrons among itself. So here what is happening, one electron here and one electron here, that is being shared. Okay, so totally how many, that is one pair of electron is shared to form one covalent bond. How many pair of electrons are formed, are shared to form double bond? Two pairs of electrons are shared to form the double bond. Okay, now let us see, for example, if we want to write this in the Lewis structure. So in our ionic bonding also, at that time we discussed about the Lewis structure. In Lewis structure, which kind of electrons we are showing? Only the valency electrons we are showing. So carbon, okay, carbon in the atomic number 6. So see, the configuration, electronic configuration will be 2 4. Okay, 2 4. So that is atomic number 6. So how you will show the Lewis structure? Carbon, only valency electrons we have to show. So what you will do, you will show like 2 3 4. Okay, 4 electrons only we are showing. Same thing we are doing with another carbon atom. 1 2 3 4. Okay, now how many hydrogens? 4 hydrogens. Why 4 hydrogens? You see, it is falling short of how much to become the octet. If the carbon, which is atomic number 6, it has to become octet, it needs how many more electrons? It needs 4 more electrons, because valency shell is having 4, it needs 4 more, then it will become 2 8. Okay, so that 4 electrons from where it is getting? It is getting from the hydrogen. Whether hydrogen is transferring the electrons to the carbon? It is not transferring, it is sharing. Okay, so what is going to happen? Sharing of the electron from hydrogen, sharing of the electron from hydrogen, sharing of the electron from hydrogen, and sharing of electron from hydrogen. So 4 hydrogen, 1 2 3 4, 4 hydrogen molecules, what they are doing, they are sharing their electron with the carbon. Okay, next, what this carbon and carbon is doing, they are sharing 2 pairs of electrons among themselves. Okay, so this forms one bond, this form another bond, therefore it becomes the double bond. Okay, now if you look at the example of ethine. Okay, triple bond, triple covalent bond, ethyne, ethine. Okay, that is C2H2. Okay, so C2H2, there will only be one hydrogen here, one hydrogen here, and 3 more are required to form a triple bond. Okay, the same if we are showing in the Lewis structure. Okay, in the carbon there will be the 6 in the outermost shell. So here 1 2 3, because 3 bonds are forming. Here another carbon, 1 2 3, 3 pairs of electrons are shared. Okay, 3 pairs of electrons are shared, and here one electron here, and it is sharing with hydrogen. Here one electron of the carbon and one electron from hydrogen, that is being shared. Okay, so in this way there can be the single covalent bond, double covalent bond, triple covalent bond. Okay, and the covalency, the covalency of an atom is the number of electrons. Okay, the covalency of an atom is the number of electrons. Okay, it is the number of electrons taking part in the formation of shared pairs. Okay, shared pairs are, these are the shared pairs, right? For example, here how many pair of electrons are shared? 3 pairs of electrons are shared. So the carbon here, it is sharing how many electrons? 1 2 3, and here 4. Okay, so what will be the covalency of carbon? It will be 4. What will be the covalency of hydrogen? How many electrons it is sharing? Only 1. So hydrogen will be 1. Okay, similarly you can check here in the case of nitrogen. 1 2 3, 3 electrons it is sharing. Okay, so for nitrogen equivalency will be 3, oxygen 2. Okay, so nitrogen 3, oxygen 2. Okay, this is the covalency of the atom. Next, let us look into the what is the polar and non-polar covalent bond. So let us see some examples of the non-polar covalent bonds. Okay, so the first example is hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen molecule. Okay, hydrogen molecule is H2. Okay, so hydrogen, the electronic configuration is 1, correct? So uh, in order to form a hydrogen molecule, whether it will gain electron or lose electrons, when we draw the Lewis structure, okay, represented by the dot like this, it will share the electron, okay, to form what we say a covalent bond, because sharing of electrons is the covalent bond and the transfer of electrons is the ionic bonds. So here what is going to take place, in order to gain stability, in order to get the what we say the duplet configuration, in order to get the duplet configuration, what it is doing, it is sharing the electrons. Okay, now the same can be shown in the orbit diagram. Okay, so this is the orbit, this is the nucleus, and here is the electron. The same for another atom of hydrogen. Okay, so when both of these are combined, what happens, there is a sharing of the one pair of electrons. So what, there are the two electrons, okay, the nucleus, and this is a pair of electrons that is being shared. Okay, now let us see another example. Chlorine. Okay, for chlorine molecule, okay, Cl2, the atomic number is 17. Okay, electronic configuration will be 287. In order to reach the octet configuration, how many electrons it needs? It needs one more electron to get the octet configuration. So let us draw the uh, Lewis structure. Okay, we will be showing the 7 electrons on top of this. Okay, 6 plus 1, 7. Okay, it is going to combine with two atoms of chlorine are combining to form okay, this can be simply represented as, because one pair of electron is being shared between the individual chlorine atoms. Okay, so this can also be shown in the orbit diagram. Okay, where there are the 7 electrons we need to show in the valency shell. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 plus another atom of chlorine. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So both of these will combine. How many pair of electrons will be shared? One pair of electron. Okay, because one pair of electron is short. So both of them, both the chlorine atoms, now they have how many electrons in their valency shell? 2 2 4 5 6 7 8 8 electrons. Here also 2 2 4 5 6 7 8 8 electrons. So both the atoms have got their octet configuration, they are stable. Okay, so now what has happened, how they have gained the octet configuration, that is by sharing one pair of electron. Okay, so let us see some more examples. Oxygen. Okay, so oxygen molecule O2, the atomic number is 8, the electronic configuration is 2 6, and it wants to reach the electronic configuration of 2 8 to be stable. Okay, according to the octet rule. So it needs 2 more electrons. Okay, so how is it going to get these 2 more electrons? So let us draw the Lewis structure. Okay, so oxygen, on this one we will be showing the valency shell electrons. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay, is going to combine with another atom of oxygen, and it is going to share two pairs of electrons. Okay, two pairs of electrons to form the oxygen molecule. Okay, to form oxygen. So 2 pair of electrons means 2 covalent bonds to form the oxygen molecule. So if we show this in the orbital structure, okay, so this is the nucleus, this is the orbit. In this orbit we are showing the electrons in the orbital shell, in the valency shell, okay, in the valency shell. So 6 electrons, all of them combine. So now what is going to happen? There is going to be a sharing of electrons. How many electrons are shared? 2 pairs. 2 pairs. Okay. 2 pairs of electrons will be shared. Now can you tell how many electrons are there in each atom in the valency shell? Suppose in this atom, how many will be there? 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. Is it? Or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There will be 8 electrons because these electrons are shared. Okay, so here you are not counting only these 2 electrons, you are counting all the 4 electrons. So these 4 electrons belong to this atom and also this atom. Okay, that is why it will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons here, 8 electrons here. Both the atoms have got the octet number of electrons, therefore now they are stable. Okay, so let us look at one final example. Nitrogen N2, nitrogen molecule, atomic number 7, electronic configuration 2,5. In order to be stable, how many electrons it needs in the valency shell? It needs 3 more electrons. Correct? It needs 3 more electrons. So how is it going to get these electrons? Okay, it has to share. Okay, now that is a nitrogen in the Lewis diagram structure. Okay, another nitrogen atom. Okay, both of them are going to combine. Both of them going to combine. Okay, to form the nitrogen molecule. How many bonds are there? 3 bonds are there between the nitrogen atoms. Okay, in this molecule of nitrogen N2 there are the 3 covalent bonds. 3 covalent bonds means 3 pairs of electrons are being shared. Correct? If we represent this in the orbit diagram structure, okay, represent this in the orbit diagram structure. One atom, another atom of nitrogen, okay, they are going to combine. How many electrons are going to overlap? Okay, 3 pairs of electrons, 1 pair, 2 pair and 3 pair. Okay, so now let us see whether they have got the octet number. Here is 6 plus 2, 8 electrons. Here also 6 plus 2, 8 electrons. They have reached the octet configuration. Okay. So these were all examples of the non-polar covalent bonds. Next we will be looking at the polar covalent bonds. Okay.